Before the HITZ programme, I was at Brentford School for Girls. Through year 11, I just sort of stopped engaging with school, stopped going. I was at the point of getting kicked out. I didn't really fit into the way that school worked. I've always been like an active person. I like to be on hand doing things, not like sat in a classroom working all the time. I was actually diagnosed with depression while I was in school. I wasn't really doing anything, leaving the house. I was just sort of like passing the days in ways that I could. HITZ definitely just gave me a really supportive environment. Through HITZ, I achieved a level 3 in sports development and coaching, and alongside doing that course, I did my RFU level 2 coaching badge. So I'm currently working as a casual coach for Quins, delivering sessions. Rugby gives me a sense of something like a place that I belong. Once you're at rugby, you can just sort of forget about it, and the minute you're on that pitch, you just feel like a different person. I think being able to lead the coaching session with Harlequins really does give me a sense of achievement. Especially to know that I was once like one of them students standing there being coached by like Quins staff. It just makes me feel like I've really achieved something and like I've got where I want to be. And rugby and coaching is always something that's given to me, so to now give back is just a really good thing for me.
School was pretty rubbish, to say the least. Didn't really get on with the people there, didn't get on with the teachers, not academic at all. Didn't do well on my GCSEs. Everyone was telling me I was going to fail, so I just gave up and stopped trying. So it wasn't the best at all. So I was struggling quite a bit with my mental health around exams. So I was quite like a fiery person, but in the wrong way. But I got provoked a lot because they knew I was a reactive person, had a very short temper. They knew that I would always react if they pushed buttons. But then coming to college, where it's more chilled, the teachers are more on your level, and then being able to do sport like a few times a week just really helped, because I knew if I got my in-lesson work done, I could then go chill in the sports hall and play football, play basketball. And it was just like I felt all the worries and the weights that are weighing me down are lifted instantly, because that is just a safe space. So I've got my level 1 qualification in sports coaching, which I honestly didn't think I was going to get. The sense of achievement is massive, because I remember walking out of my high school with not very good grades and just feeling crap, basically. I was like, I've not done it. But then seeing that pass on a whole year of hard work just felt amazing. Like, I have so much going for me now that if I didn't do HITZ, I would be stuck, I would be lost.
I was born with 6 fingers and 6 toes and a problem with my eyes. I was diagnosed with autism at around 10 years old. I had to go through secondary school with autism. It was hard, and I failed my GCSEs, so I went to Exeter College for 1 or 2 days and realised it wasn't for me. And I remember I had a lot of sadness, never thinking that like this thing that had been built towards going to college, it was always you go to secondary school, then go to college and get a job. It was like it had built to this point and it didn't go right. I just was uncertain what would happen in the future. So coming to HITZ has shown me there's a different way of achieving my goals. There were loads of people there retaking their GCSEs, which I'm not sure if I even knew you could do that at that point. It's helped my social anxiety and confidence a lot, when I feel like I'm confident enough to go and do things I wouldn't be able to before. Being part of HITZ makes you feel connected. Everyone calls it the HITZ family, but it really is like a family. Once I'd learned from everyone else how to be outgoing and express yourself, that's when I learned to be myself.
I've been a teacher now for 10 years. which is crazy thinking about it now. It flies, but I've worked in an SAN school, young offenders, prisons, and then obviously mainstream up and down the country. So trying to help young people every day be a little bit better. So I feel like education should be more than just bits of paper telling you if you're clever or not. It should be how you are as a person, how you kind of perform in different environments. Getting comfortable, being uncomfortable is a massive part of it. So that's why I love the HITZ program a lot, because it does give them that employability and the opportunity to really, grow as a person. I think I'm quite relatable to learners and young people, mainly because I probably didn't come from a typical background most teachers come from. Didn't have a lot of money, didn't really have a lot of opportunity from where I grew up, but that background really did help me understand that some kids can't afford bus passes, some kids can't afford food. I feel like I can really relate with them and help them as best as possible. I think my role is probably best described as encouraging young people to give HITZ a chance. And HITZ is a program which does just give young people that something extra, that if it is that little bit of enrichment, that little bit of volunteering, that little bit of trust or independence, it's hugely important. And again, we've got to make young people employable, and we've got to get them to a level where they are, comfortable enough to go out into the world on their own. And for some people, a big dream is just a normal job, and sometimes it feels like that's miles off. So sometimes we forget how lucky we are.